Live.
Preparing to live stream.
Okay, we're live.
Oh,
What it says. Hey, everybody. It's Mondays with Bev and Paul, and I think we're going live here. My name's
oh,
Paul.
and hello everyone. This is Bev.
So
Yeah.
we're
Oh
trying something
boy.
new. We're trying something new here today. So let's
Yeah.
see if it works. So, okay. We want to talk about uh, what do we want to talk about? Oh, yeah, BioTouch as a service.
Service.
Yeah, service. How can
Yep.
BioTouch be of a service? So we're in two different places. I'm leaving town. We're trying to figure out this new way to do this program. So hang on with us. Hopefully this will tape. And if not, then you know something. This will be one that we just know by ourselves.
I I guess so.
All
It's-
right. So we want to talk about, because Bev was talking yesterday about this full moon that's happening and about being of service. And, we want to talk about how BioTouch can be of service, how this could be our service. And we're not talking about a service that you have to spread BioTouch around the world. It can start just at home, just with one other person, and that can make a huge change for the whole planet. I was inspired by this service thing, not just by what you said, but also Zach Bush, who said there was a quote from all the different cultures around the world who are saying, that we're at the dawn of a great rebirth. And then
Mm.
he went on to talk about cells and that the 7 million or trillion cells in our body are always in communication with one another, and that every cell in our body is communicating with the cell of another body. So, how can we best help uh, be of service? What does that even mean?
Yeah. Well, that's interesting because we've talked about how interconnected, deeply connected we all are, right? And so you start at the cellular level, and then you really start having a whole nother idea of just how profoundly connected the one life is. Okay, so it's as I was telling you before, the foundation, the International Foundation of Biomagnetics, whose headquarters is in Tucson, Arizona. We have our center there, and we do offer sessions on a donation only. Why do we do that,
Yeah,
right?
right, exactly.
Why do we do that? Because there is a statement on our wall that says, we believe that every single one of us deserves to have accessibility to healthcare, to really embrace their birthright to be healthy, happy, and loved. Okay, so here we are offering in service, true service from our hearts, this accessibility for those who are in the Tucson and surrounding areas to come in and feel that loving touch, and to really, be able to have something that will make them stronger, healthier, more loved, something that touches them at such a deep level, at that cellular level, actually. So we begin with just by offering that service. So let's just talk about, as you mentioned, service and why BioTouch is really cutting edge. I said this many,
Right.
many years ago because we've always said, everybody at that center is a volunteer. Everybody on the staff, everybody on the board. You have never taken a dime out of that foundation. We all volunteer right there. The difference between volunteering and servicing is, one is more, the personality says, "Ooh, I get to put in a 4 hour shift. I'm doing something good in the world." And we all are. But when you start speaking about BioTouch as a service, then we're lifting that into a total different thought form. There's no I. I'm not doing it. I am not volunteering. I am stepping up and being involved with something from the heart. That's what BioTouch Its activity comes from the heart. And this is why I've said many, many times, it is the it's going to be recognized as one of the prime healing techniques of this new dispensation that's coming in, because this whole thought form, you can call it whatever you want, the age of Aquarius or this new birthing that Dr. Bush was talking about, one of the keynotes is service. It's
Right.
brotherhood. And I'm talking brotherhood down to the cellular level. So it's
Right.
not just each other that we're serving here. BioTouch kicks that in for us because we get to stand in front of another human being and all those cells in that body. But now it's time to, and it says in our vision statement, we are connected. We specifically say that's that chain that shall go on indefinitely. That is our reference to serving the community of love on this planet, each of us. And so BioTouch is here now to begin that process because we are rapidly going into that new dispensation, that rebirthing that is so necessary. And here we are offering a service, not just, I remember Gary Schwartz in what the foreword that he wrote, he
Right.
says it's not BioTouch isn't just for each other, it's for the whole planetary life. I
Yeah.
mean, he really gets that.
Nature itself. Yep. He sure
Yeah,
did.
yeah. So,
So the nice thing about this service is, it's not about intention. It's not about uh, it's not about anything, and not about a belief system. It's not
right,
about a philosophical system. It's not
right,
about anything except taking those two fingers. I mean, what we're saying is take that index and that middle finger of your hands and lightly touch another human being on the skin like a butterfly, and that becomes our service. And that's all that we need to worry about in our presentation of BioTouch. Keep it simple so all people can participate at whatever level of service they feel they're being called to do. That might be that they open a center. We have people have done that. We have Hala in Egypt who's like going gangbusters. With,
gangbusters.
yeah,
How would if Paul knew what she was saying yes to?
it's crazy. And then we
I
just
know.
have a new woman who's getting certified. She lives in California, but speaks Arabic more fluently than English. So we're translating all of the certification program into Arabic now. We
Wow.
already have it in German. And so Michaela's been teaching all kinds of people there. We have a certified practitioner that got in Switzerland. And, of course, we have Mexico,
Turkey.
we have Turkey, and these people have dedicated their life to want to get BioTouch out there,
Yep.
and so this chain that shall go on indefinitely is happening. This ripple effect. I mean, for
Yep.
me, it's only taken 35 years of an intention. And people always say, "Oh, do you feel like you've succeeded or not succeeded?" There's no success here.
No,
There's
that
no, oh, when we reach this number, or if we get this amount of money every year, then we'll have reached success.
that's
It's
so
just about,
limiting.
yeah, it's just about presenting. I don't put a vision in my head of I want, this many people or this amount of money. The board is always about just clearly taking each step as it's given to us on how to best present it. That's all
Yeah,
we do. We just present.
right.
We're not trying to sell anything, which is why we don't
No,
charge.
no. Yeah, right. What are we getting out of this? We're getting the opportunity to serve.
Yes.
That's really what BioTouch is allowing every single one of us. When we practice BioTouch, we are giving the opportunity to step into something outside of ourselves that has nothing to do with, as you were saying, an intention or my personal belief. That service is in the moment. I had a great lesson about service years and years and years ago when I was going to Santa Fe to see this amazing woman, Amici. She's very well known in the world. And she's all about selfless service. That's her main thing, just being present. And you sign up to do this seva, this selfless service while you're at her retreat. Yeah, I got a great lesson. What I came away with is, oh, service isn't convenient. It is in the moment when the need arises. That is what true service is. And there's no barriers. You just step in and offer it. Didn't I just describe BioTouch when I said that? In the
Yeah.
moment when the need arises, you step up with those two fingers and offer this
Right.
loving, heartfelt service. Whether you think so or not, that's what you're doing.
And sort of like Zach Bush said, the minute you touch that other human being, boy, there's a connection. There's a cell to cell connection, especially in that
Yes,
solar plexus area, that powerful place of our body.
right.
It's just boom, the communication happens. And then we don't have to project what that other person needs. Our job is just touch.
Yep.
And that person will figure out on their own whether they need to go for the operation, take the medication, don't take the medication, do alternative complementary therapy, integrative therapy, find a natural path. There's myriad of options for that person. Our job is just to do that greeting, just to do whatever set is needed to help them get in tune with their body, become self-aware for themselves, and then hopefully pass this on to someone else. And that's why we teach it. We have classes, we have individual trainings that you can get a personal instructor to work with you. We do the Zoom, we have written communications. So it's really easy to learn BioTouch. And it's really, really, really easy to put it into application.
It
Please
is
understand that.
really.
You know, yeah, there is no mind thing here. Just do the touching.
Yeah,
It's I don't know what else I was listening to, but your mind can be. Oh, it was about getting rid of the mind, or a bad thought or a good thought. There's just thoughts. There's no
it's
bad
just,
thoughts or good thoughts. There's just thoughts, and
well,
all we
good
have to do
luck.
is be aware of them. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
So I can be in a terrible mood and still do BioTouch and be effective. I
and be
can still be of
effective.
service to someone who's suffering.
That's
And that,
right.
I think, so important as we share BioTouch
Yeah.
in a world that's very complicated right now.
Complicated. That's a good word. That's a good word for it. Yes, complicated. And I'm grateful that not only that BioTouch is here and being presented and shared and offered now globally for humanity, but I get to be a part of this exciting journey for this rebirth that
Right.
we are coming into. And I'm very grateful for that. Yeah.
And I'm grateful to you, Bev Wood, and I'm grateful to all of you out there in La La Land. We tried this little thing. It is live streaming right now, and we'll
Yeah.
post this to our Facebook page and everything else so you can all see this. And next week I will be out of town going to a wedding, but Bev is going to try to do this on her own. We'll have to
I'm
communicate probably, and she's bringing one of our great volunteers in service, Connie Voss. She is
Connie
awesome,
Voss. Yep.
retired nurse who is just you'll love her. So
Yeah.
we look forward
She's
to
a
hearing
she's
your
adorable.
interview with her. Yeah. So until next week, keep on touching everybody. And all you have to do is stop the live stream, Bev.
Okay. Here I am.